I had my earphones on, and I was just worshiping. I was caught up, just tick, tick, pow, pow. I mean, just sanding and drilling and shooting. And I was just gone and in the spirit. And my supervisor walked up to me and asked me something. And when I opened my mouth, I said, Shandadadaba. He said, what kind of language is that? I couldn't do nothing but laugh. And he knew about, he knew about me. He wasn't saved, nothing like that, but he knew, and I had to come down. And when he left, after we finished talking about what he was wanting me to do and so forth, after he left, I said, "Oh, why did you do that? You made me look foolish." He said, "That's the point. If you are not willing to look foolish for me in the face of this world, you ain't ready to be my disciple." I said, "Okay, God. Okay, all right. I'm not saying do it again, but okay. All right." Verse number 11. Strengthened with all might. See, this is the place of dedication. According to his glorious power, for all patience and long suffering with joy. Wow. Giving thanks to the Father who has qualified us. Look at somebody say, he qualified me. Who has qualified us to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in the light. God's qualifying you. He's qualifying you and equipping you with all knowledge, with all wisdom, with all power, with all revelation. He's giving you long suffering, patience, and peace, and joy. He's causing who he is to become so precious to you that he can speak to you no matter where you are. And right then, you tap into God with it. You trust him to become, the pilot of the car while he's talking to you. Have you ever gone into a daze? I'm not saying while you're driving. I don't want nobody trying to get out on the highway and turn. Next thing you know, you go into a daze. And bam! Oh, my pastor said I don't go like that. No. I'm talking about when God does something. You'll find yourself, the wheels not even touching the street. You'll just glide. You get to the place to where you actually see yourself being led by the Spirit of God. Because you've been pursuing him all week, all day. And the revelation of what you've been pursuing him about just so happened to come that you decided to go down the passage. That 30-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute encounter felt like about 2 hours. I'm telling you, in the presence of God ain't no time. 15 minutes will feel like 2 hours. 2 hours will feel like 15 minutes. One day with the Lord is like 1,000 years. 1,000 years is one day. This is the place of dedication. One more. Okay. Anybody learning anything? The place of revelation, because we're talking about preparation, dedication, revelation. Inner courts, outer courts, most holy of holies. This is what we're talking about. And the place of preparation is the place of outer courts. It's where you prepare yourself. You present your body according to Romans 12. Present your body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is the good, what is the acceptable, and what is the perfect will of God. That's the place of preparation. The place of dedication is you go from the outer courts into the inner courts. In the outer courts, guess what? There's daylight. In the inner courts, there's candlelight. In the holies of holies, there's revelation light. When you get to the place to where you're in the revelatory place, the Shekinah glory where God lives, there's no light. There's nothing that can illuminate that place but the presence of God. He shows up and he shines the light. That's what it's called, revelation. He reveals. He shows up and reveals to you things that you would normally know. And it's because you prepared yourself, you dedicated yourself. You came in from the place of preparation, which was the outer courts. You told the world, see ya. Then you entered into the place of dedication. You told God, here I am. I'm dedicating myself. I'm telling my flesh that my spirit is more important than feeding my flesh. You dedicate, you become loyal to God to the point to where God don't have to ask you to do nothing. You just do it. You see that it needs to be done. And you say, God, will it be your will if I do it? You don't have to wait for somebody to ask you something in the place of dedication. Matter of fact, you become so loyal to the things of God, to the purpose and the will of God, you begin to ask like a kid that wants to help. Is there something you want me to do? To the point to where you're not doing it because you want something from God. You're doing it because you love God. You have no hidden agenda. There's no ulterior motive. You're doing it because, God, I just love you. And I want to serve you. And then God says, oh, Jesus. Like he told John, come up here. Come up here and let me show you something. Place of revelation is a place of exposure, the place of disclosure, the place that he surprises you, shocks you. He opens your eyes. It's the place where you're caught up. You get caught up into the place where God has called you to where he can show you something. 2 Corinthians 12, the Bible says, verse number 1, and I'm going to read down through 3. It is doubtless not profitable for me to boast. Do you not know we have nothing to boast about? Amen. Not one thing. Because he said no man will glory in his presence. He says, doubtless, he said, it's not profitable for me to boast. He says, I will come to vision and revelation of the Lord. Meaning, those things that I get by the Spirit of God is from God. So I cannot boast. Because I know nothing. But I serve him that knows all things. Therefore, because now I'm no longer a servant, I'm his friend. And he's telling me